Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mod Monkey. Today we are going to finally go over this new gameplay that was revealed for Hogwarts Legacy. A couple things I wanted to say before I start through this. One, we're going to be skipping through a lot of it. Also, I'm going to probably pause, use the magic of YouTube to research some stuff because I've watched this like 3 times already. And there's some stuff that not even I can pull back from memory. It has been a long time since I read all the books all the way through, but even I'm noticing some stuff that I was like, wait a minute, that's definitely in the lore. I just can't put my finger on where it is. So I don't know if this is going to be like the only time we go through this. I'm probably going to reserve it for when like all of my opinions or all of the deep cut call outs for when the game actually releases, because I feel like that's going to be really fun to go through. It looks like from watching this already, they know exactly what they're doing, and there are a lot of deep cuts. Think of it like if Marvel released a video game that had like super deep cuts from like the very first novels and whatnot of like characters that were like briefly mentioned. That's what's going on in this game, and I'm freaking loving it. We're gonna go through everything, and I'm gonna try my best to call out the things that pop up immediately. But yeah, I'm super excited, so let's just get right into it. All right, so this is definitely one of those blink and you miss it moments. This is the very first scene that you get when the show starts, and we're met with a really fast scene where you see a stained glass window. You have Hogwarts to one side, you have the Gryffindor symbol in the middle, you have Fortilli Animo Estol. I can only figure out that animo meant soul in Google Translator, so I'm not too sure what that says. We'll figure it out. And then to the left, you have what looks to be a Quidditch player, and the only reason why I'm saying that this could be or is a Quidditch player is because he has the big leather gloves, the protection from the bludgeoner. We have, you know, he's obviously on a broom, and he's wearing the Gryffindor colors. I'm pretty sure that this is a Quidditch player portrayed in the stained glass. So we're going to have callbacks and hints to multiple different games within the lore of the Wizarding World in this game. And I understand why they chose not to implement them into the game. I commend them for that. I feel like what they wanted to do was they didn't want to water down the experience at all. And going into or actually adding different mechanics and stuff like that and making the game super feature rich would take away from the baseline of the game. So I feel like what they did was they put a lot of emphasis on the exploration of the world. So that means a huge amount of exploration and things to do inside of the Hogwarts castle. I'm assuming that the castle is going to be just as feature rich as the outside world as far as expansiveness, exploration, little crevices and stuff to go, callbacks to the lore and everything like that. It's going to be freaking massive. Looking at the gameplay that we have already of the castle, it looks to be absolutely massive and one-to-one, which means anything you see on the outside of the castle, if there's like windows and whatnot, those are going to be the same windows you're going to be looking out of when you're in the castle. So there shouldn't be any cutscenes. Absolutely incredible, and I'm looking forward to that. The most is just going through the castle with every little nook and cranny and just geeking out. But anyway, this is the very first scene that we get, and it's already intriguing. So let's continue. All right, so we're met with a couple of scenes that we've already seen from last previews, and this one in particular I wanted to stop and highlight because it's Peeves. It's Peeves. We haven't seen Peeves since the books. He hasn't really showed up in anything else. He's been kind of ignored for the most part in a lot of the franchises, or what WB has been doing. Definitely in the movies, they never mention him. And it's really good to see Peeves because in the books, he was absolutely hilarious. I hope that they dive into more of his backstory and why he does the way he does, the things he does. Maybe there's a side story you can go on with Peeves and he can open up a little bit on that. But regardless, it's still awesome to see that Peeves is in this game, and it's just one more just icing on the cake or topping on the cake that just makes this game pretty awesome. And it's definitely a nod to respecting the books and everything that JK tried to do in those books. So it's going to be pretty cool to see him pull pranks and stuff throughout the castle and cause disruptions and basically being Peeves. All right, so we get a couple of the shots that we've seen. In this one, I wanted to highlight the fact that your character, I'm guessing, is taking a broom through the dark forest. This also reminds me of the announcement that they made where it's like, beware of spiders. It's going to be really curious to see what direction they take with this, because from what I remember, it was Hagrid that introduced the Acromantulas to the forest with Aragog, and then he also had to go out and get Aragog a wife because there were no Acromantulas in the forest, so he went and got him a wife. And considering that we didn't see the wife, I'm guessing he ate the wife. We're not even gonna go into that. But Aragog, as far as I know, was introduced into the Dark Forest, and that's how there were spiders in the Dark Forest, or there were Acromantulas, I should say, in the Dark Forest. Now, reading the Fantastic Beasts books, you learn that Acromantulas are not a natural creature. They were made by wizards to protect their goods and whatnot in caves and everything like that. So they were a man-made thing, enchanted spiders that were given this, this is why they can talk. That's why they're somewhat intelligent. Back when they were trying to create the Wizarding Council, the Acromantulas were also considered for creatures that could be a part of the Wizarding Council. However, Acromantulas kept trying to eat the wizards in the Wizarding Council, so they finally walked back from that, because it was back when they were forming the Wizarding Council, and they were just trying to see what made up intelligent creature, what was the criteria of an intelligent creature that could be in the Wizarding Council and absolutely represent their faction of creatures or whatever. So that was Fantastic Beasts book is pretty awesome. It really opens my eyes on like how things were formed, but I digress. We're talking about the Dark Forest. I really would like to see how they explain that there's spiders in the Dark Forest, because it doesn't make sense to me personally from reading the books and whatnot. Hopefully it's just a different type of spider. Maybe we get introduced to something else, who knows? But I'm looking forward to that when it comes out February 10th. I'm looking forward to that explanation of where spiders came from and how they got there, etc., etc.
Glasses. We had to. How much fun was it designing those and putting all those in
gorgeous,
there? But
okay, so I wanted to stop and talk about the house points, and it's a little bit bummer that you're not going to be able to influence the points at all. It's more like a nod that there are house points, and it's just a part of the lore. I'm okay with them skipping over a lot of things, because I don't, too much feature creep would mean that it would be a diluted game experience. So I'm pretty sure that they focus most of their time on storytelling and building out the world and making sure that there was a lot in the castle to explore and outside of the castle. So making sure that there was a lot to do, and the game was pretty much packed with content. And I'm grateful for that. But here you can see that there's the different houses. You have the Gryffindor, and it has like this dark gold, or this gold outlet. It looks really regal. You have the Hufflepuff, and it looks like it's woodlands. It looks like it's made of wood, actually, with leaves and whatnot. It looks really woodly, which looks awesome. You have the Ravenclaw, which it looks like this straight up diadem. It looks really cool. The diadem kind of like the part of its design layout, which is pretty cool. Then you have the Slytherin, and you have the snakes holding up everything, which is pretty awesome. Anyway, you have the different themes for the house points. I don't know if they're gonna change with the storyline, maybe, or maybe they're just there for you to see, talking point. But yeah, so you can see the map on the bottom corner. Right where we are is right before you get to the Great Hall. The Great Hall is going to be over to your right, and I'm guessing they're going to go to the left to leave. Or is it the other way around? Is the Great Hall to the left, and then you go to the right to leave? We'll see.
They're just like in the books.
Yes.
Right next to the Great Hall.
It's a nod to lore. House points is not a core mechanic or system in the game.
We didn't turn it into like
it is narratively.
But it's
so they said that it's not a core game, but it is narratively, which means like in the narrative, in the game, in the storyline, the house points are going to be brought up, right? But we're not going to have direct influence in them. Unless it's like choose your own adventure type of thing, which I'm guessing this is going to be, then we might have some type of influence on the house points, maybe.
definitely present throughout our narrative. And
It's
there are
present throughout the
places
narrative.
where we want to nod to things that aren't necessarily gameplay systems, but
So that's a really good point to talk on. They said that there's a lot of things in this game that are not necessarily gameplay systems. So there's a ton of different games in the Wizarding world. There's a ton of different mechanics in the Wizarding world, especially in Hogwarts, that they're probably just going to nod at, but not really. There's not really any functionality to it because, like I said, too much feature creep would dilute the actual game. And I'm happy that they knew to stay on course with the main game and bring something that all of us we can sink our teeth into, basically.
But we nod to them as part of the narrative.
Over to the right
Part of the
there,
Great
Andrew
Hall.
was teasing. That's the Great Hall over
Yeah.
through
That's a
those
Great
doors.
Hall.
We're not going there. He's just kind of like,
So as we walk out here, I'm really curious to know who this is. Is that Merlin? It's a pretty cool beard.
Cool.
Here's another collectible page. You know, just again showing you like just these things around Hogwarts that you can
It's amazing.
do and pick up. And
That's a shot straight from the trailer too. Just that part right there. I recognize that.
This statue is interactive. I don't know what you can do with it, but it's gonna be pretty cool to
you can do
see.
a little fan service here with callbacks to those. So
And this must be summertime because I noticed these are the summertime window.
So it says it's summertime windows, which means that, you know, the Hogwarts castle is an enchanted thing and it changes with the season. So it's going to be cool to see during the winter, during the fall. You're going to get these visual clues that you're in this type of season when you're in the castle, because you're going to be separated from the elements, obviously. So it's going to be pretty cool to know what season you're in just by what the windows are looking like and what the Great Hall is doing. I'm guessing in the Great Hall you're going to have thunderstorms and snowfall and everything like that in the Great Hall, just like in the movies and just like in the books.
These windows will change with the seasons.
Yeah, the detail they put in this is kind of it. I get surprised by it all the time.
That's a sentient magic castle. So.
So the hog faces on everything is because it's Hogwarts, right? So that's a pretty cool thing.
Man. And we're going out. Look at that.
This is where the students would normally kind of congregate.
This looks like it was pulled directly out of the movies, and it is incredible looking. But this is the courtyard that everybody remembers. There's a lot of different scenes in this area in the movies that you get to see the courtyard, and it looks like it's 1-to-1.
Kind of chill out, play, meet each other outside of the Great Hall before and after meals.
And I love the way that when the castle interconnects to that it interconnects outside, inside. There are pathways on both sides of things, so you really get a sense of scope.
So right here, we run past a Floo Flame location discovered, Viaduct Courtyard, which means that we are going to be able to use Floo Flame to fast travel to different points of the castle, and it looks like showing up in the minimap. And this wasn't talked about at all. It was very much ignored, but Floo Flame confirmed. Definitely wasn't. If it was confirmed before, it's definitely confirmed now. So this was. I was surprised to see that they didn't mention anything about this, but yeah, Floo Flame, awesome.
Yeah.
To how big this castle
And
is.
when you see things like you'll notice a bridge over there. That's a place you can go to and cross. Like
Yeah.
everything that you see is a
Now, if you notice, this side and this side are both interactable points, and I wonder if that's gonna unlock a secret or something like that later on.
place that you can visit.
Wow.
We put a lot of effort in making it feel really alive. Not just
That's amazing. You can see the students flying by, which makes it look like they said very much alive. Also, you can see Hogsmeade off in the distance. But what's most breathtaking about this point is that Hogsmeade isn't it. If they would have just left the game at Hogsmeade and the castle, I would have been just fine. I would have been super happy. I would explore this the lake and everything as much as I possibly could and explore the castle, and I would have just been content. But the fact that beyond this to all those hills back there and that mountain back there, these are all places that you can go to and explore. It just boggles my mind, and I can't wait to get my hands on this game.
the student population, but even just the greenery and stuff. It's Scotland.
Yeah.
And this castle's been here for hundreds of years, so it just kind of.
So he's looking right now down at the other courtyard down there, and that's this is actually the herbology class and whatnot that you go to.
The moss and all the trees that have overgrown it.
Look at the facial expressions.
That landscape. That's
The
Scottish.
location might look a little familiar to you.
I thought I recognized it. I believe this is from the Spring ASMR, and yes, so that puzzle right there, that view, Andrew is taking us.
So it looks like
back.
this is lit up, but the others are not, and you have the chance to light them up. Also, there's a cloud there that probably a student did a spell, and it's just sitting there. It's freaking hilarious.
We can't spoil everything. We can't give you everything, right?
Hogwarts
So-
contains a lot of secrets.
Oh my god.
Absolutely
This
gorgeous.
is, this grand entryway right here coming down into a really kind of central area.
Yeah, we're coming upon the central hall, and we pointed out the greenhouse outside, and we'll notice.
Wow. So you have the dragon that we actually get to see later on because of the cutscenes, right? So there's a dragon hidden away somewhere, and you can see a bunch of these wizards hiding. And then, is that going to be Merlin's dragon that we get to run into? Is that Merlin doing spells? This spell right here is your Patronus spell. That's the motion that you do for Patronus.
When we get down there, that it's on the right.
This is a big hub of the school. Like it's a big castle, but
Wow.
it is designed so you shouldn't get very lost. This is kind of a grand.
You have a
central
bard?
station
I love that. I love
each
that.
direction, it's green over there, so the greenhouse is
Beautiful.
over there.
All right. So what is this? I want to say that's a dog, but look at the hand that reaches out really far. Is that a werewolf and a horse or a unicorn? That's a unicorn. But what the heck is this? And it looks like mermaids and goblins?
Transfiguration courtyard, library straight ahead. So it's kind of the hub
Oh my
of
god.
a lot of the castle.
Even the color visually.
Wow.
You can just tell, okay, green,
Oh, green, go
greenhouse.
that way.
Oh my
God, it's
god.
beautiful. This is beautiful. This game is
It will
beautiful.
help you really
This
feel
game
in
is
the castle.
beautiful.
Feel like
We have
you know
another
where you're at.
page.
That's not to say that it's easy to learn.
Question mark. And it looks like it might be an entrance to a... Oh! This is like... Okay. You have a demiguise. You have the unicorn. I can't tell. I think there's a Gryffindor. Gryffindor, lol. Hippogriff. And I can't tell what this is. But it looks like this might be where you learn about mystical beasts. Maybe?
All of us here.
Oh, we get more. Blast Ended Newt. Acromantula. I can't tell what a lot of these are. But oh, he is hinting. What is this class? Is this the is this where you learn about the fantastical beast or mystical beast?
On a daily
castle.
basis.
It
It's a
is.
castle.
Great point.
I love that Andrew's definitely teasing a lot of things here. I'm noticing.
Yeah, he is.
the
He's
camera
teasing.
this way and that is-
All right.
Yeah.
He's got this grin on his face over there that's just like, yeah, I know what
That
I'm doing.
statue
I know
is
what I'm
from the reveal trailer. There's that dragon. Oh my god.
This is another location where the students will gather, and just kind of chill out.
And an
And,
opportunity to talk to somebody, get a
Okay, so here
flavor.
we get to see how you interact with people around the school.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm Nellie, by the way. I'm just so excited that the
And we're gonna skip through this because I'm pretty sure you guys already seen all this. I just wanted to highlight the things that kind of like stuck out to me. But dialogue in this game is actually amazing. You can see here that he unlocked a new Flue location, Transfiguration Courtyard, Flue Flames location discovered. So Transfiguration is probably near the Transfiguration class, where you're going to be learning about obviously Transfiguration.
some of those things can affect things game wide. Some of these affect.
So you're definitely going to be able to jump from class to class.
Ending of the game.
Look at the wear and tear on the door. I love it.
About you being a little bit of a nice
Sometimes just about
guy
the
or just
mission.
being a jerk.
Yes, absolutely. So the scale really varies, but those opportunities exist for the player.
Wow, look at this.
This is the dot
Wow, Hippogriff.
against the dark arts.
Power.
Which this is one of my favorite locations.
Wow.
In the castle, just visually, you come in here and just the richness of
It
this
is
area.
very iconic,
What is that? Who is that?
very unique to anywhere else. the castle.
somebody else that we can talk to, notably a younger student.
Yeah, she looks like a first year or an 11-year-old.
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I...
And this is where she complains about the students taking her gobstones, which a part of the game, if you know, in gobstones, the loser gets sprayed with very foul liquid. That is a part of the game, and it's not her fault that that happened. It's literally a part of the game. It's what the gobstones do. So he, I think I don't know if he turns her down or if he accepts the quest, but it's actually pretty hilarious that that's a thing in this game. You can't play gobstones, unfortunately. Again, that's another thing with the feature creeps. You can't, like, they couldn't really dive into a lot of the games or any of the games. We'll see though as they announce more stuff this year, what's actually in the game. But yeah, I'm not upset about it. I'm just freaking happy to have all this. Definitely have all this. I'm gonna skip the dialogue because I'm pretty sure we've already watched this like 15 times already by now. I'm probably gonna go back and watch this a couple more times because there's just so many things that I've probably missed. But I love the dialogue.
Her, because there's so many ways that you can go with that. You can you can feel for her. You can be a jerk to her. You can be like, gobstone sounds awful. It sounds like you're just mean. Like,
Yeah, and your opportunities to be mean there aren't over.
So here we have Merlin and Morgana, and then they're fighting over death. Incredible.
That's a good example of the
Gobstones too. I know people are gonna ask. Gobstones is
And is this the all-seeing eyes, like the one that Mad Eye Moody has? Is this the same thing?
Gobstones playable? They mentioned it, right?
yeah. So yeah, Gobstones is
That
one
is a
of the
dragon.
not playable in the game.
That is a dragon skeleton.
Off on a few things. Honestly, it's both it's an amazing thing on the franchise. How many things about this, like
Okay, so this just popped into my head.
speak.
What if the dragon we saw was in the past? What if the dragon we saw is in the past and that skeleton that we just got done seeing was the same dragon in the present? What if the dragon we saw was through a pensive of Merlin's memories?
To us as fans, and that we want to turn into gameplay, and there were calls that we had to make over the course of production of kind of like which things we will and won't include in the bucket, just kind of for the overall health of
Wizard's
the thing.
chest.
Those are things.
Yeah, Wizard's Chest, another thing that they confirmed that's not going to be playable in the game, which is unfortunate. But I love that they took priority and made sure to bring a really good game.
That aren't featured
That's the
on-
most important part. Everything else can be built out later or added on.
A part of the wizarding world.
Every single time
Part of
there was something that
students'
we regretted because we couldn't include it. We also tried to figure out a way to make sure that it was included in the narrative, included in the stories, made sure that there's a way to kind of like acknowledge it, touch it, and make it feel like it's definitely part of the world.
What was that? Was that a demiguise?
Your reaction.
No, it's a parchment that keeps going in and out.
Dark Arts Pass. I recognize that staircase to the left where we were just at. Andrew was walking by.
Mermaid. I don't know what that is. There's just so much here.
I also recognize
House Elf, maybe?
the dragon at the very top.
This is
Oh
incredible.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Being in a classroom, I think this is a good opportunity to talk about how classes work.
We know what
We've
this
gotten
is.
A lot of questions about that. Is it a schedule-based system? Is it to tell us how classes work?
Yeah, so ultimately decided not to go the sim route.
Another
So I
flu
think-
powder location. Defense against the dark arts classroom. Flu flames location discovered.
That kind of thing. Like, can I miss class at this time of day? and
There
that kind
is
of
a
thing.
day-night cycle.
Yeah, there is a day-night cycle, but
I wonder if this is another werewolf
everything is very narrative-based.
or
There's a big mystery going on in the world.
Transfiguration.
In the narrative, and we essentially see it as kind of like
interactable point. You can sit down and have tea with your friends. Oh, he's doing it.
As you're progressing through the game.
How did I miss
Classes
this?
fit within that structure. So there are mainline things that the players have to do, and then classes also appear on the sides as well as optional things that help you advance your spells. It's absolutely true that
Oh, that's beautiful. This is a depiction of the burning of the witch.
classes classes provide all of your major tools throughout the gameplay, your spells, your major abilities. You get to know the professors. Each one of them has these bespoke kind of events and moments in those missions. And then there are also additional opportunities
Place is
outside
gorgeous.
of that, through kind of
The
like
marble
side
floors,
missions,
everything
side
about it
missions,
is gorgeous.
where you can learn additional spells or things that you need in your adventure.
Where's the moving
Also get to know
staircases
the
though?
professors better.
And I just want to call out something that Andrew's been kind of showing off, ways to kind of interact with the environment and just engage with the world, and maybe
That butterfly just moved.
maybe
Also, why is this all black? I have questions. Why is this all black? Either it's something that they're trying to hide that is a huge spoiler, or this is a mirror you're supposed to look in, or is it a doorway? Why is this black?
Is happening and
So
all that
beautiful.
stuff, like, it just makes it feel more alive.
little events like that, brooms going
I
by
just saw a broom
overhead.
go by. Love that. The data tower was one example, but no two hallways should look the same in Hogwarts. It has a lot of personality. Every hallway should be a little bit different, and that's mostly to help orient the player, help you not get lost. But this is Hesperus.
Okay, it's Hogwarts and it's showing you the cardinal direction.
Name that came from the Marauders map. But every hallway will have a little bit of a different personality, and
I'm trying not to like go through this review with like just my mouth open, but it's like really hard because every time I look at the video, it's just insane.
Where you go feels just
A whale.
bit different.
Sentient Castle.
All right, hold on. Wait a minute.
Like that, because
Yeah,
it
a lot of
gives, it does, like,
character.
Hogwarts has character. Hogwarts is its own character no matter where you go.
Yeah.
Feels just
Level 1 lock. Level 1 lock. So we're going to be able to open up locks to different doors depending on our spell level with Alohomora.
a little
And it's a wizard with a hat. Is this astronomy?
bit different.
So many questions. So many questions.
Castle full of
Another one with a female. Are these bathrooms? I don't.
magic for hundreds.
The witch? There's a wizard and then there was a witch.
Oh, I heard something.
Yeah. Speaking of characters.
Speaking of magic.
Oh, look, it's Peeves doing this thing.
My feature poltergeist too.
I absolutely love that he's in this game.
Another statue over to the side. That's
Do you know who that is?
Lachlan the Lanky,
Yeah,
and he's got his Bowtruckle friend. And I think if players don't know, there's another Revelio page there.
Okay, so let's talk about Lachlan the Lanky. And this is a good representation about how deep cut they went in this game. Things that were just like slightly mentioned in the book. I'm talking about like super slightly mentioned in the book they brought into this game. So the only thing we know about Lachlan Lanky is literally from the Harry Potter books, where Ron Weasley hid behind the statue to avoid being found by Fred and George Weasley, who he thought would tease him for trying out for the position of keeper on the Gryffindor Quidditch team. And this is the statue he hid behind. It was a statue that was on the 7th floor of Hogwarts Castle. So I would assume that we're now on the 7th floor of the Hogwarts Castle. But this is the deep cut stuff I'm talking about. This was
Places that I can go to, that I can visit. I just love that sensation knowing that is real.
That lovely Scottish.
I found another Flute Powder location, and this is the same statue from earlier. So I really want to know what this is about right here.
We're kind of closing out our
I wonder if that unlocks
tour
maps or
towards the
something.
beginning.
I don't know.
It's but a fraction of this.
And then we have the
castle.
symbols on the pendulum,
But we're closing it out here in the clock tower.
and he makes sure to look up to check them. Oh, what?
So another recognizable location.
I have all the
This is where
questions.
Crossed Wands, which is the secret, not so secret dueling club is that the students have put together. Professors definitely know about it, but they think they're being clever.
So they have a dueling club, and the professors know about it. This is before they started using the room of requirements to do training, and that was with Harry Potter and them. we do get our hands on the rumor requirements, but this is just not it. But this is pretty cool as well, because I believe this was definitely mentioned in one of the books that there was a dueling club
It's run by this Luke and Brattleby here.
that's been going on for ages.
We kind of like that that he's running things.
So I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. This is just gonna show the combat and how it works. I'm not gonna go too much into this. The only question that I do have, or something I would like to bring up as a talking point for everyone, especially for those that ended up getting this game on the PC. Again, if you have a PlayStation 5, get it for the PlayStation 5. That is the best version that you can get this game on. But unfortunately, I do not have a PlayStation 5. So I am getting this on the PC, or I've already ordered it on the PC. And my only question is, because you're on a console and you have controllers and you don't have that much buttons, for it to be more ergonomic, for it to be more easier to use, you have to hold down the R2 button or the R1 button, and then that gives you access to more spells that you can gain really quickly to combo spells. So the way they're going about this is you're going to be able to combo different spells, and also you have visual indicators on yourself that will let you know, kind of like Spidey sense. They didn't say it, but I'm gonna say it here. Dang it! You have Spidey sense, and you can see when you're about to get attacked, which allows you to counterattack if you hold the button in, or you can just simply deflect it and continue battling on with the one person that you're battling with. How does that work for the keyboard and mouse is my question. Because we have access to way more buttons and even on our mouse, we have so many buttons that we can attach things to. Are they going to give us more of a World of Warcraft style button layout, where we can assign all the spells if we wanted to, all 20 plus spells if we wanted to? That would be absolutely insane. I don't think we'll probably have at most like 6 or 7 spells that we can get, and then probably use Control or Shift to get access to more of them. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. But are we ourselves going to be given the freedom to assign all of those different spells to wherever we want? Do we have that freedom? And that's something that I wish that they would I hope that they go over the PC version before it releases and answer questions like this, because this is something that's kind of just been curious to me. Like how are the PC versions going to be accommodated as far as controls and everything like that? I think that's one thing that's interesting. I might end up using an Xbox 360 or Xbox Series X controller, because I do have one, and just linking it to my computer and playing it that way, even though I'm still playing on the computer, because it's just more comfortable, especially for the amount of hours I know I'm going to be sinking into this game. I'm not gonna come out with hand cramps because I'm gonna have my controller, but we'll see. We shall see.
Andrew's using one now.
But the combat in this game is just very intriguing. The way you combo skills, the way you block skills, the way the shield works, the way the spells work, and the visual cues and everything like that you get when battling, and the colors that indicate what type of skill you're doing right now and what kind of skill you need to use in order to break the shields. It's incredible. So I'm gonna skip over combat because I'm pretty sure we already seen this, but I just wanted to highlight the shields, and you can see right there where he has like this little halo over him that's letting him know that, hey, someone's about to shoot a spell on you. And then you also get a color indication over their heads as well with what type of skill they're shooting at you, and then you can use a counter skill that's a different color.
The halo over your head, whenever an enemy is about to an attack, it's almost like you have a little bit of a sixth sense for those things that are coming.
Spidey sense.
If you see the halo, it means there's
it's Spidey sense, dang it.
The triangle button by default, then that you'll be able to deflect that attack that comes in and off with the protect.
And I love that deflect where it goes off and like hits things up and kind of breaks things off walls too.
But also focused on a character, and you're doing your thing.
Yeah, you see like it shot back this way, which is pretty crazy. What is this that popped out? Is this like XP?
Pretty handily finish these other students off here. Win this duel.
How fast it is.
Oh, just slamming the whole box into its face.
We really felt like in the movies, there's almost like
I love how fluid the combat is in this game.
it's kind of like there's this element of
And we're gonna skip through.
Time,
All right, and this is a bridge I'm pretty sure everyone remembers.
here,
And it's pretty cool to see there's like an ancient bridge or something over there that they're teasing, and it looks like there's a cave, maybe? Or maybe that's a waterfall? I'm not sure. Anyway, this is the bridge that is really iconic. This is the one that you see them going across when they're going to Hogsmeade. This is also the bridge that you see them going across when they're going to, I'm pretty sure, Quidditch. And as well, this is the bridge that Longbottom ran back across when he was set to destroy the bridge so that it would stop the advances of the Death Eaters coming to attack Hogwarts. So this is a very iconic bridge. And to see that it's in here and it just looks like exactly, it's feels like it was plucked directly from the movie.
More owls confirmed.
owl mail. There's the owlry again. Yes, all of the owls.
Another flute powder point.
But yeah, just heading out here again to show you like from Hogwarts to the world beyond Hogwarts. And
Oh man.
this is not somewhere where we're going today, but we will definitely be taking you in the future.
So we're not going here today, but we're definitely will be taking you here in the future. So before the game comes out, we're going to be looking forward to exploring places outside of Hogwarts, which I am super excited about. Absolutely excited about. So like I said, Hogsmeade's over there, but that's just not it. There's way more. I'm looking forward to seeing what types of gameplay awaits us after we finish our time at Hogwarts. Another really important question that I want to pose here for you guys, and another talking point as well, is when we go out and you know how you can use the room requirements and you have that basically that place where you can raise your mystical creatures and whatnot, and crafting everything in your pocket that like it looks like a greenhouse. Can you shrink that back down outside of the room requirements and bring it with you once you leave the castle? Are we going to be forever tethered to the castle in order to craft, in order to raise our mystical beasts? Do we have to come back even after we finish what we need to do in the castle to get access to the crafting station and whatnot? Or are we going to be able to bring that portable greenhouse with us and just plop it other places? Are there going to be designated places for us to put a house down outside of Hogwarts? After we finish the storyline, are they going to allow us to continue to play and explore the world? Is beating the game, ending the narrative, and then you start all over from a different house? Like, how does this work? That's so curious to me. What I would want is I would want to go through the storyline at my own leisure. I want to be able to beat the storyline as well, right? But still allow me access to the game so I don't have to start over. I'm not necessarily a type of person that deviates away from and goes down different pathways if I have to. Like I'm kind of a linear type of dude when it comes to characters. So I know that I will only want to play as a Ravenclaw, and if I had to restart, I'll probably restart as a Ravenclaw to see the other endings if there's different endings. But I probably won't dive too far outside of what I've already set up in Pottermore. But after I beat the narrative, I would just want to continue exploring, continue to unlock things, continue to do 100% completion in the game, as far as collectibles and explorables and all that other stuff that goes. And find secrets with the community is basically what I want to do. I want to find secrets with the community. I think that's going to be the most fun that we're going to have in this game. Not only from when it launches, but for the months and months and months afterwards that we're going to be playing this game day in and day out. I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, that is my question. Are we tethered to Hogwarts throughout our entire gameplay, or do we get to live our life outside of Hogwarts after we're done? Beautiful.
A glimpse at the scale of the castle back there.
Castle's absolutely stunning.
Who's giving us a good look over here.
Okay, and so now we're in their dorm room, and you can see, you can see an early version of this on the table, and does anyone see it? That's all I'm gonna say. And also, if you guys have a keen eye, you'll also see a version of this on your table next to a book. Right there. And it looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. It's a slightly different color, which is interesting, but it's the same. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing.
Here, I want to call out. I'm a big fan of the bedside tables in the.
You have a trash bin.
Very nice bedside tables.
Considering what we were told about how waste used to be disposed of. Why do we have a trash bin? I had to bring it up. I'm sorry. I apologize.
The honey-colored wood was mentioned in the writing.
We have our owl sitting there. Freaking looks amazing. Oh, look at that. We have a Quidditch. Someone's a fan of someone in the Quidditch team. Oh, this is beautiful. This is the Hufflepuff dorm room, and then the Hufflepuff Commons room.
I'm calling out here. This is unique music that you're hearing for the Hufflepuff Common Room. Back to those common
That's
videos we
beautiful.
released, you'll notice the music's a little bit different. And
You have
that's
another Floo
kind of
Power location, so we can jump in and out of the Commons room.
We just want to welcome you to your common room in every single house. Just
Dancing cacti.
customizing that experience right away.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome.
Interactive. I guess we can eat the apple
So, I mean,
and just live in here. And this is
we
just
spend, like,
stunning.
The entire rest of the stream just in the common room here and talking about it, and I'm sure
This is
lots of
stunning.
viewers could be like just geeking out over it.
All the details come from J.K. Rowling.
Is that Helga Hufflepuff?
The round doors, the hanging vines, even the dancing badgers on the fireplace.
It's got a real earthy vibe.
This is straight from the books, by the way.
Which is like elements for each of the houses,
Yeah,
right? Like
Hufflepuff is earth, Ravenclaw's air, Gryffindor is fire, and Slytherin is water. We really love
Hufflepuff is
that
earth,
room.
Slytherin's water,
It feels earthy.
Gryffindor's
Ravenclaw's
fire,
that's-
Ravenclaw's air.
Hopefully, it should feel very familiar.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But I know you don't want to leave, but we're gonna be leaving.
Oh, man.
Thank you. I understand. Whoa, the sound effects though. Like looking back at the past trailers, it was just music, but kind of hearing how Hogwarts is.
So Hufflepuff is next to the kitchen.
One of our spells, Revelio.
It's right next to where the house elves prepare the food for the Grand Hall or the Great Hall.
Yeah. So
Hufflepuff barrels. To enter the Hufflepuff Commons room, one must tap the two barrels
change what we call Revelio
from the
paper.
bottom, middle, and sec. Yep, in a rhythm. Yep,
On the screen.
Yeah.
directly from the book.
Some extra-
Directly from the
You can
book.
also see that we've advanced something called like a field guide challenge
Okay,
up in the
okay.
corner.
Uh-huh.
So these are your presets.
And so this-
unlike,
this,
other games,
preview
there's
actually jumped around. This was
presets
showed
that you
first.
put
And,
choose your character.
The one thing I just want to take a time and just talk about the character creation in this game. The faces are a little uncanny, but it's fine. It's fine. What I do love is that you can basically bring yourself into this game, and I'm talking about like yourself. They have it. So I think this is something that you'll probably notice when you play the Magic Awaken game. But with the Magic Awaken game, when someone of color wants to create a character that looks like them, you end up looking weird because you just don't get all of the different features that you're supposed to have, that you recognize yourself. Like, it's hard for you to recognize yourself in the game because those features that make us unique, those features that shows our lineage and whatnot are just not present in the game. So for them to take time and to put in different types of nose, like the wide, stubbed, fat, short, pointy, high tilt, different eyebrows, different facial features and facial structures, high cheekbone, low cheekbone. These are the different things that make up our genetic identity. These are the different things that tie us apart. These are also the different things that we look for when we look for someone that's familiar to us or looks like us, that's in our family, genes, etc., etc. So for them to put a lot of effort into trying to do that in this game, no matter how it came off, I commend them for that, because not a lot of game companies are doing that. So they put a big emphasis on an RPG. We want us to bring ourselves in, and I am super excited, absolutely excited, that they allow us to have the different hairstyles as well. Now, I hope that they do also bring over the things that they brought over or started in Hogwarts Mysteries, as far as being able to use covers and whatnot. We shall see. I'm super excited for this game to come out.
That's
Like,
in your face
just
shape and your skin color, and then because we knew a lot of people going right in are going to want it right away, even though it's an option later.
incredible.
Here is
It's a different
Also,
class.
this opens up for us to have things that we can collect around the world to wear. So probably different glasses, different face masks, stuff that we can put on our face. Maybe paints and whatnot, different hair colors, different hairstyles later on from the barber that they said that's in the lore or in the game. The fact that they have dreads, the fact that they have these different hairstyles, different scars that you can put on your face. It is incredible. It is absolutely incredible. So you can actually look like you've been attacked by a werewolf at one point. And this also harkens back to the book lore and the people that, are very gnawed. So like Mad Eye Moody, you could tell that he's been through battle, because it was very descriptive about how his face looked, and it wasn't pleasant. So you have the voice tones, you have first name, last name that we're going to put in here. I'm probably going to put my actual first name and last name, even though I'm streaming, guys, because by now you guys already know it. I launched my website. If you guys haven't seen it already, definitely check out the links down below. It's alonzotorres.com. I just recently launched the website, and it's more on the photography side of things, because I am definitely building my portfolio and becoming a professional, on my road to becoming a professional photographer. But it's also going to encompass all of my content creation, all encompassing. So it's supposed to be like a focal point for you guys to go to find links about me and my community. But yeah, alonzotorres.com. I'm definitely going to put my first name and last name in here, because I want to live my actual life in Hogwarts, and it's going to be freaking amazing. But this is basically it. This is it for the highlight, and there's a lot of stuff that I know that I probably missed, and there's a lot of stuff that I know I need to research as well that I saw. There was a lot of paintings and stuff that I would love to have more backstory with. It seems like they went so deep cut that it's beyond my nerddom. Like, they've surpassed my nerddom. I'm gonna probably have to go to like Harry Potter wiki or maybe MuggleNet. I'll probably have to hit up MuggleNet. Thankfully I bought the three books that goes into deep lore with Harry Potter for the MuggleNet that dropped, and I'm probably gonna be going through that like a fine-tooth comb and probably comparing things because there's just so much here to unpack. And yeah, I'm left with a lot of questions, but I'm also left with a sigh of relief. After seeing this presentation, I pulled the trigger and got the game, because at this point, this is going to be the game of the year, and there's no doubt about why this is going to be the game of the year for me anyway. But what do you guys think about this game? I am going to be covering it on this channel. I'm going to be streaming it on YouTube, and I'm probably going to be streaming it on Twitch. I'm in the air whether I'm going to continue to stream on Twitch at the moment. but I will 100% be covering this game on this channel. So if you guys want more of that content, and just down to earth, like geek to geek conversations about this game, definitely hit that follow button and come join us as we explore this game when it comes out on February 10th. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. As always, check out all the links and stuff in the description down below if you want to be a part of this community. We have a Discord. Like I said, I just launched a website and whatnot. And yeah, we're going to be talking about all things Harry Potter on this channel. And I know we've been around like different games and stuff like that, but it's definitely narrowing into the Harry Potter universe. And it's just, we're not done. We have Magic Awakened to talk about. That's going to be in the next video. We have the Wizarding World that's going to be opening up in a year or two from now that we're following as well. In Epic Universe that we have. There's just so much. I just came back from the Forbidden Force walkthrough experience, and if you guys haven't seen that, check out the video. It's already live on the channel. There's just so much to dive into when it comes to the Harry Potter fandom, and it feels like, where was this when the books came out? I'm happy we're now getting this. But I feel like it's like, oh man, we've waited so long. Especially for this game right here. A lot of us has been waiting for lots and lots of years, and every time we dived into one of the Harry Potter games thinking that it was going to be it scratched the itch, but it wasn't that. You know what I mean? This is that. This is the game that we all get to come home to. This is home. This is it. And I'm trying not to get too sappy here. I'm trying not to freaking tear up, but like, this is what I've been waiting for a very long time. And we're finally going to get to have it. And to see that there is just such a strong, amazing Harry Potter community, Wizarding World community out there, that we're alive and well and thriving, and we're massive. I don't want to be anywhere else. So with that being said, thank you guys for the comments before in the last video about covering this. I always plan to cover this. This week has been so crazy, and it continues to be. So thank you guys for taking the time out to watch this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.